Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri, and is the world's first single barrel only liquor store. This business is owned and operated by Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution list. That way you'll know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and what barrel picks they have in the works. We are also sponsored by The Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for yourself, a customized gift, or logo items for your business or event, The Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebar2go.com. Use the number 2 when you type out The Bar to Go. Did you know Neely Family Distillery now ships its popular distilled spirits directly to you? To order, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Well, I'm just going to smooth through that thing. Today we have a special event where we are at the ABV Barrel Shop Tasting Bar. I'm joined by Jim Fosnot. My name is Steve Akeley, and we're going to be doing a couple different things here. We're announcing the big opening of the online ABV Barrel Shop store. We've got a tasting here, a special tasting, and I've got small talk. A lot going on, huh, Jim?
Yes, it's going to be a busy week, busy time for us. Usually January's, slow in the industry, but we got a lot going on.
We think we're going to buck that trend. And we just sat through, and this morning we worked on our classes. We're now all the way through May is what we got lined out. So we'll have to get those posted, get people taking advantage of that. Should be pretty cool stuff. So very excited about what's going on here at the ABV Barrel Shop.
Yeah, very excited. We are going through some names today for a class we have, and it's great how many new people are coming in.
Yes.
Listen, we love to see our regulars and our friends. But I keep saying, we can't make a living off our friends. So our last class was probably 80% new people to our store, and looks like we got kind of the same thing happening this week with our chocolate class. Looks like mainly new people. So glad to bring in new people and let them experience what we're doing here, and then keep them as regulars from that on.
Yeah. So what we've got for small talk today, I saw this on the internet, and I honestly had never even thought of this. But as I read it, I thought, son of a bitch, they're right. And they said, what has disappeared? What is gone? No longer here. Not part of the world anymore. That was part of the world that you and I lived in growing up, Jim. Very commonplace. That is chalky white dog turds. Don't exist anymore. They said improvements in canine diets, the fact they used to use just scraps and junk and ground up bones and stuff like that, that would lead to calcium being in the dog's, or regular part of the dog's meal. And for the most part, unless you're feeding your dog just some real crap food or something like that, there's no such thing as those chalky white dog turds like you used to see in the 70s. They said it doesn't exist anymore. It's gone. It's extinct.
Well, first of all, I can't believe this is your small talk. It's fantastic. Second of all, was not expecting this one. But
if you think about it, they're gone.
It's 100% true. And while that might be great for the dog, I don't know if it's so great for the dog owner who has to now pick up the other stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think about that as, and we had a dog for a short while when I was a kid. And but for the most part, what I remember is next door to us, they had a dog, and you would see those white chalky dog turds all the time. And it's gone, Jim. I think I miss it now. Now that I realize it's gone, I miss it.
As a kid, when you're playing in the grass, it's easy to see it.
Right.
You didn't mistake it. Yeah, I love my dog. Barley, the shop dog here, he's a healthy pup. So I don't, wish to give him bad food. And so
Step Brothers, they had the chalky dog turd. And that's probably the last time we've seen it. And again, that was just, Will Ferrell's a guy who's, kind of up there like us. He's, our age approximately. So it's a good, funny thing. But in reality, that's not really the case. That when he had to lick that chalky dog turd, those don't exist anymore.
I don't know what's funnier, that you brought this up or there was an article written about.
Oh yeah, it's they said it's gone, and I like I said, I would have never thought about it, but when I saw it, I was like, you know what, 100% that is correct. So, yeah. Now, to me, I think that is a a societal thing too. I think that we have to give our dogs the best and all that. But in reality, if a law became in place tomorrow that said you can no longer have dogs, turn them loose, let them go, either kill them or turn them loose. Dogs are just scavengers. They're going to eat trash and junk. Yes. Do they really need these fancy dog foods that we give them? Or are they just as healthy, if not healthier, eating the crap that turned the dog foods white? I would make the argument that they're probably just fine doing that. Because now what happens is you start genetic engineering and modifying and doing things. There ends up being chemicals in there. Now we have to make things look good, so they put chemicals and dyes and all that. Probably causes the dogs more sickness than the old, what we consider crappy dog food.
Yeah, probably. Listen, Barley's lucky. He gets I do a lot of hunting, so he gets a lot of the scraps from when I process the animals. I've got a freezer full of deer legs that he'll take a bone up and chew on that for several hours. So he gets some pretty natural food that way there. But yeah, I agree that genetically modified grains they're putting in stuff and genetically modified meats. They're not getting still, I don't care what you're feeding them. They're not getting the best of the best cut. Like they're still getting the scrap.
They're getting the scrap, but a higher level than before, certainly. So yeah, whether that's a good thing or not, I have no idea. So, but yeah, there you go. Just wanted to bring everybody up to date. If you're my age, you're probably thinking, you know what, that son of a bitch is right. Those are gone. All right, on that note, guess what, Jim? It's time to drink. And we have something special here today. This is from listener Don Knott. He has sent us a sample of Bull Run Distilling's 115.4 proof, batch number 31 from Bull Run Distilling Company. This is their bourbon. I don't know anything about it. I never heard of Bull Run Distilling. I looked at it online. He sent me a link. The product looks good. So it's a sourced product. I believe he's from Oregon, Don is. I assume it's local out there. I don't know anything about the product itself other than, like I said, the packaging looks great. And we'll see if this is any good in terms of taste. It's pretty light on the taste. When you say it's kind of, I don't know.
Yeah, it looks young just from the color on it, but
right.
We'll see.
We don't know what that means. So let's give this thing a taste, and we'll talk about it. Here, cheers, Jim. It's good. I mean, it's not great, but it's good. I think that I don't know the price. A lot of this, I guess, would come down to the price. The proof is great, 115.4. It drinks well, and I mean, it's not terrible.
No,
it's not great either.
Right. Yeah. I feel like it's young, but I feel like it has potential. It definitely has some structure to it. It's not over oaked or not.
It's definitely not over oaked, which is good.
Right. They're not doing any artificial aging process to it. Looks like.
It doesn't feel like it's in a small barrel. This feels like it came out of a full size barrel, taste wise.
That would be my guess. I'd be curious to know the age on it. I bet this is only a couple years old, but it has potential. It's definitely. It's drinkable. It's not, listen, I'm not bashing it by any stretch. There's some really bad craft whiskeys out there. This is not one of them.
Straight bourbon whiskey out of Portland, Oregon is what it says on this bottle. Handwritten notes on the bottle. So that's really all we know.
Yeah, I definitely think that's potential. I don't think it's there yet, but it looks young by the color of the liquid.
Yeah.
Drinks a little young. But
let's put them on the be on the lookout for.
Yeah, the radar. They're up and coming.
Yeah. If that's your base and it's going to get better from there, I'd say Bull Run's in pretty good shape. So yeah,
I would too.
Yeah. So yeah, you never write out anybody that's early on, because they all got to start somewhere. And if they're doing the right things and making good stuff, you can just kind of envision and I think that there might be some potential here. So we'll see.
I would agree.
All right. What we're going to do next, we'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to be talking about our new online shop. We just launched this last week, and we'll give a talk about what's going on out there right now, how you can access it right now, and what the plans are. We'll do that in just a few. Let's talk about the people who make these shows happen. First up is the ABV Barrel Shop. It is the most unique shopping experience in the world of bourbon, as the ABV Barrel Shop only sells single barrels, Owners Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot Select. With over 100 distilleries on board to sell us barrels, we are home to the most unique and diverse barrel pick selections in the bourbon world. By signing up for our email, you will always know what we have in stock. In addition to the single barrels, we'll have a gift shop featuring ABV Barrel Shop as well as ABV Network merchandise. We are partnering with vendors like Art Eatables and Old Man Bay Signs to bring you unique items you can't find anywhere else. We will also have a 24-seat classroom where we are offering educational and fun classes like Breakfast and Bourbon, a series where we pair donuts and bourbon, customer barrel picks, and opportunities to learn from master distillers and other bourbon dignitaries. Best of all, we feature a tasting bar where you can try before you buy. All of this is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. If you are in the St. Louis area, please stop by to say hi. If you're traveling in from outside the area, please take advantage of our hotel rates with the Drury Inn and Pear Tree Inn, less than a mile from our shop. This can be done via the links in our Visit St. Louis section on our website. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to plan your trip. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. Hi, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network. We're sponsored by the Stave and Thief Society. This is where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge a bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification program available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Okay, let's talk about the Neely Family Distillery. In 2018, I met Royce Neely at an industry event. He started appearing on our shows, and we became friends during my frequent trips to Kentucky. Today, he is amongst the leaders of young distillers leaving their mark on the bourbon industry. A visit to Neely Family Distillery yields insight on their unique family history, why their products are special, and gives you the opportunity to taste their whiskey, moonshine, and creams. Check them out at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com or visit them in Sparta, Kentucky.
I'm Davey Waltz.
And I'm Adina.
And you're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. We are here talking about the new online ABV Barrel Shop. And just quickly, if you want to go there, there's two ways you can go. You can go to abvbarrelshop.com. We've got a couple places right on the main page. You can click and go directly there. Or you can go on. We have a page dedicated to that. You can probably hear Barley in the background there. He's working on a bone, so yeah we'll see how he does. Or if you want to go directly there, it is shop.abvbarrelshop.com. Shop.abvbarrelshop.com. So, Jim, what's out there right now?
Catoctin Creek.
Catoctin Creek, yes. So it's a great barrel pick. We recently went through and we had our Barrel Shop Syndicate evaluate our barrels from 2022, and this one finished second. So that's pretty good, right?
Yeah, it's a surprising pick. I think it's so people understand it's out of Virginia. It's a organic rye. These 5 different grains, and they're trying to do a colonial style, so an older style rye. What's interesting about this barrel, it was then finished in an ex-bourbon cask that was used to age maple syrup. So this is the one when people come in and say we don't like ryes. We let them taste this, and they all love it.
Yeah.
It's not like a maple infused. It's not maple flavored. It just has a hint on the backside, but just enough to kind of take the spicy edge off the rye. It is a fantastic drinking whiskey.
Yes. So that is out there right now. It is available. You can buy that. And then moving forward, what's the shop going to take shape like, Jim? It's going to be very different than we see it right now. We're not going to just have one item out there. So what do you see this thing looking like as we move ahead?
It's going to be a mixture of our single barrel picks that, some of our friends, we can get them to ship some of the product out there to go nationwide. And then within that, there'll be kind of a shop within the shop where all the people that are on the ABV network, friends of the network, their products will be available on there as well. So it won't just be whiskeys that are available on our shop. It'll be, our buddy Adam Stump, per se. It'll have his vodkas and, maybe his gins and some of his other liqueurs on there as well. So it'll change up seasonally for these guys. But so it'll be great as you're listening to the shows and you hear all these different people on there. You can check it out and be able to order their products. I think will be available in 45 states.
Yes, 45 states. So, yeah, everywhere but Alaska and Utah, and Hawaii, and then Massachusetts and Michigan, I think, are also the ones that it's not available. But other than that, it's pretty much available anywhere in the U.S., so pretty cool.
Pretty excited. Get our brand out there nationwide. And, these barrel picks that we're doing, kind of fun with that. We have a private club here that helps with at the shop here called the Syndicate. And those members there will be doing some barrel picks with us. And some of those barrels will have their name right on it. And they'll have nationwide distribution of a bottle with their name on it. It was pretty cool.
That's pretty cool, too. So that's another component of this. You will be able to get our individual private label available across the U.S. Another cool thing to think about, now maybe you're like, well, I live in St. Louis. I'll come to the barrel shop. I don't need the online shop. Wait a second. Easy. Because, there are some things that you may want on there. Our distillery friends are going to have the shop. And you can shop, whomever you want. And there may be things that they're offering through there that are gift shop only, things that are hard to find, things that aren't normally available to the public. You can have them shipped to your door. So even if you're here in St. Louis and you're like, I'll go to the barrel shop, these are going to be things that we don't carry in the shop. We don't have enough room for all those things. So it's a great opportunity to shop those. And there'll be some exclusive barrel picks that are just available online. You're like, well, that's not fair. Well, hey, what are you going to do when you have, go to Distillery 291 and they have 43 bottles? We're going to split that between the two entities and get 20 bottles apiece? No, we're gonna have an exclusive one that'll be for our online customers only, and there'll be other opportunities like that as well.
For sure, yeah. Any distiller that uses smaller barrels, it'll make sense if we want to do, buy 2 or 3 barrels. That one of those barrels we would ship to the online shop only. It just logistically makes more sense to do that, and it gives our nationwide customers a chance to get some unique stuff.
Yeah. So I think it's for everybody. If you're here in St. Louis, there's opportunities to shop for some different things as well as those online exclusives. So everyone needs to check it out. And again, what you're going to see out there right now is just the beginning. Please keep checking back. We are working hard behind the scenes. I know that there's been a lot of different meetings. Of course, those meetings involve not only once you set up, here's what you need to do, then our distillery friends have to send them merchandise. And then, of course, once that stuff gets into DC where this is coming out of, they then have to then load it up into the system, stock it, all that kind of stuff. So it takes some time. But for right now, you can have that quick preview over at shop.abvbarrelshop.com, or you can go there again through just our website, which is abvbarrelshop.com. So please check it out and continue to do so. As we talked about with that younger whiskey today, it's going to get better. You know what? Our shop's going to get better as well. It just takes time on some things.
Sure, like right now, there's 1 bottle on there.
That's not impressive.
That's
not a flex.
But you have to start somewhere,
right?
And so it'll take a couple months for it all to come, rolling in, just the way this industry works. But we're excited to have it started. We're at the ground floor right now. But it's going to build huge. Yeah,
good things ahead for sure. All right, well, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Jim, we're going to start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Facebook at Jim Fosnot, on Instagram at FozJim, FAZZJIM, or every Tuesday through Saturday hanging out in the ABV Barrel Shop with you, Steve.
Absolutely. You can find me. I'm an easy guy to find. Besides being at the ABV Barrel Shop, check me out on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram. I'm at Steve Akeley. If you like what we're doing, please get involved by going over to patreon.com/the ABV Network. Please check out abvbarrelshop.com. That is, of course, where we not only have the shop, but everything else we've got going on. We talked about the classes and things like that. You can find and register for those there. Check out abvnetwork.com. That's where we have all the information about our old podcasts and stuff like that, as well as your blogs, our newsletters, everything else, abvnetwork.com. And please, give us a 5-star review. It helps new people find the show, which is pretty darn important to us. Leave comments. That also helps out as well. On that note, we'll wrap this one up and get ready, because guess what? We're going to have another show behind this. We do this every single day. So we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Cheers.
Peace. Before we finish the show, let's talk about some great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you want to experiment on the stove in your kitchen or you're looking for a bigger setup in your backyard, owner Russell Creed and his team can help. They have multiple still offerings, accessories, and even grain from their partners at Goldstone Mill to assist you in making whiskey on par with your favorite distillery. They can also help you with some fabricated parts you probably can't make yourself if you are attempting a DIY still project. Learn more or order your stiller parts at moonshinestillpro.com. Last but not least is the ABV Barrel Shop. While we don't get to play in the allocated bourbon game because we aren't selling the other products you have to do to get those, we do have access via our friendships in the bourbon industry to some really cool stuff. Have you ever seen your favorite craft distiller selling some really cool limited offerings only in their gift shop? I'm talking things like the hazmat offering Distillery 291 did for their 10th anniversary, or Neely Family Distillery's Papaw's birthday barrel. They don't have enough of it to send it out to distributors, so they only sell it via their gift shop. Well, companies like Distillery 291 and Neely Family Distillery have agreed to sell us 2 or 3 cases of these offerings moving forward, meaning our store will have the access to some of the rarest whiskeys in the world. Way more difficult to come by than the allocated bourbon offerings with the national release. Yes, they will be extremely tough to come by, but if you're a customer of our store, you'll have a chance to get them. Get signed up for our email or text list over at abvbarrelshop.com so you don't miss out.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.